But in the old days, they had another method of scrapbooking. Now, I'm going to show you this book. This is another method of scrapbooking if you would choose to do so. I got to hurry up and take this off here because it will make the camera start getting really bright. So, and as you can see, this is very old. See the little particles falling off down in here? I think y'all can see that. I'm going to bring you down so you can see what I'm talking about. See? That's how old it is. The paper is literally breaking in pieces. I forget how old it is, but when I seen it at this at this antique store, I had to have it. And the pieces will break off as I'm talking about it. That's why I don't want to do it too much, and I've been kind of regretting doing this, but I've been wanting to do this. So I can show you how long scrapbooking has been around. How long, I've never really been a scrapbooker. Okay. Well, one time me and my sister did. We took binders with, it was my dad's Amway. He was into Amway back in the 80s. But we kept the binders that he had. He gave them to us because when he got out of it, he was just tired of it. And he was like, here, y'all can have these. So I'm creative all the time. And I told my sister, I was like, we got all these magazines. You know, them teen magazines. If you're my age, that's showing my age here a little bit. That's when they started out, was Teen Magazine and Sweet 16, I think there was. There's all kinds. And then there was Tiger Beat. Oh my God, I am really showing my age now. Anyways, we would cut out the pictures and we paste them onto the pages of that Amway binder. And when we got done, that binder was like gator mouthing. It was so huge. I don't know whatever happened to that. I had it in a chest, a hope chest for whenever I got older. So anyway, that was my first chance. That's my first time ever scrapbooking. We would even write little things and paste that down. If my sister was still alive, I could like pop her up and let her be talking, because y'all would be shocked how therapeutic it is even for a teenager to do that kind of stuff. And we did that. I think I was 17. No, I was younger than that because my sister was like 17. Oh, if y'all could see this, man, that is just amazing. Back then, they didn't have the technology we do today. Like with, here's a little piece right here. This is cardstock, okay? You see how perfect and smooth that is? And you don't even hardly see the fibers together unless you're really close and you're looking, okay? This, I'm going to bring you closer again. This is like that, what do they call that? Not cardboard, but it's like that stuff, kind of like plywood would be, I guess. But I'm going to get you really close so you can see that. I mean, you're pretty close now, but wait till you see. Can y'all see that, how that wood is pressed together? Look at that. That's chunks of wood. And they press that together to make a type of, like, chipboard. That is the version of chipboard. So you got to be part of that. Sorry, I just realized it was shaking. You can see staining going on. This is probably real leather. I don't know for a fact. I don't know. I don't know if it is or not. I doubt it. But it looks like leather the way they did it. It's really cool. But anyways, this is gold patina-ing. That's probably real gold, because you can see chunks of it in places. But it's like shiny in spots, and then you can see the, like right here. I don't know if y'all can see that chunk of gold right there. It's down inside that crevice right there. I think that's so cool. But anyways, I love the design of this. Look, you can see these are grape leaves. And then there's daisies. Of course, daisies don't have grape leaves that big. They have longer, it's hard to explain. You'd have to look it up. That is not what a daisy leaf looks like. That's what a grape leaf looks like. And this pretty bow. And then they have the scrapbook word on there. I know you're probably going, come on, lady, come on. Enjoy this moment. I want to take my time. Okay. I'll put that back on that one. Okay. So I like this design here, how it looks, you know, I forget what that's called. The squaring off edge thing, that. I think that's really cool as well. For the edge of books, you know. That's the front, this is the back. And there's the inside for you to see. You can tell it's been folded over. Hang on. I don't know why my dog's is barking. Probably because the cats are fighting. But look at that. That's the spine. So we're enjoying every particle, every piece of this journal. Isn't that cool how they put it together? Look at that. That's where they binded it together. Bound it together. There we go. There's the string right there. Like we use in our journals. I'm trying to grab it. There's the string. I was watching a movie about, what's her name? I forget. Hemingway, I think. Oh, I forgot her name. My brain, that's part of my process of my brain problems. Anyways, yeah, she was actually binding a little meme. I call them meme. They're called zine, not meme. They're called zings. They're little books that you create that's real thin, and they have either your artwork in it, or for her, she wrote like poetry. So just thought I'd throw that out there. I was watching her. She's just an actress, a regular actress, but she was dictating what happened back then of creating little tiny books to write in, because that's what they did. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. And there's this detail. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. I love that. And then that beautiful, rich, brownish color. It's like a reddish, it's like burgundy. It's not even brown. Okay, so we flip it back over. Now we're going to get into the good juicy parts. So this is what scrapbooking used to be about. Scrapbooking started off as women collecting things. Like stickers, types of little things inside of not journals, books or magazines or cards that they give each other, or, you know, like those, hang on a minute, I'm gonna go grab one. Okay, this is something I bought a while back from a Etsy seller. I bought my own version, and she sent me the whole little thing, even though this was the only one in there. Can't keep that over here because it'll glare. You see how white I am, and it really messes with it, especially if it's something dark. Okay, this is calling cards. And a lot of times this is where they would get their fussy cutting from, was from the calling cards that were really glitzy, you know, to them, which was the gold embellished ones. And I'll get to that in here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But there is one, I see it right now, that has that on it. This is how they would do it. They would cut out little ones like these, because that was where they would put them on there. See, that's just glued down, and it's embellished with a little bit of gold. I don't know if you can see that because it's trying to grab, there we go, it's trying to grab the background. Can you see that gold, the gold leafing right there on the edge? I'm trying to let it see. There it is. Yeah, you can see it. See it? I mean, these are really cool cards, and this was the name of the person. It's just really, really cool. I just love these. And I want to put these in my journals, but I also want to collect them because there's not very many more left. Like ones of these, they would sit there and fussy cut these pretty flowers out. They'd get these from just somebody stopping by, you know, and they had these beautiful flowers on their calling card. And the women would, you know, had nothing else to do but sit there and stare at a fire. You know, because they were so proper, they would stay inside. They didn't want to get out in the sun and mess up age their skin or make their skin darker, because the lighter your skin was to them was showing royalty, you know, and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all, that a lot of times that's how they got their ephemera for their scrapbooks, is through calling cards. Now, put that right here so I don't lose that. Now, this one, there's a card. I mean, there's a little note right here. It says G.H. Trevathan. Drugs, books, and stationery, Paris, Tennessee. So, undoubtedly, this person bought this book from that company right there. So that's how they marked their books whenever they would sell them in the stores. And up here is just a marking of the person that was originally selling this book as a vintage piece. It was $75. I'm guessing. It says 75. It could be lot 75. It says HR 75. So it could have been that person that could have been the lot. You know, like they had a lot that was number 75. I don't know. I really don't understand all that part. I do know when they have the price tags up here that say like $10 and stuff like that. Excuse my fingernails. I just realized my nails are cringy. I was scrubbing pots and pans, so my fingernails got really dingy. So anyways, this is written, that is handwriting with probably a lead pencil, like literally lead. Because it's not graphite. Graphite has no lead to it. These right now, today, there's no lead in this. They call that lead, but it's not. There's no lead in graphite anymore. And, yeah. But back then, they had lead in there. This was 1883. There you go. Barely see it because it's done in pencil. That's what it says. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Okay, now, before it gets too long, I'm going to start opening up the book and letting you see. Oh. Okay, the first page. Oh, that's so cool. Gotta be careful, Patty, that'll break. It's very fragile. It'll break. And this says, Scrapbook belonged to Mrs. J.H. Paddington. Her name was Mattie Hayes Paddington, Gam's oldest sister, when she was a child. Mattie Hayes Paddington, big sister, was a Paddington who married a Paddington. Okay. That didn't sound right, but okay. Mattie and J.H.'s fathers were cousins. And their fathers were brothers. Told to me by grandmother Gam. And on August 20th, 1964. This book was given to me, not me, this person here that wrote this, was given to me by Stephen Allen Watson, by my grandmother, Gam. Yeah, that's how old that is. Okay, so here you go. This is the first detailed of stuff. These are, they're kind of raised. You have a little bit of embossing going on, but not too much. But yeah. And you got to remember, back then, they actually painted. They did watercolor. And I believe what they would do is they would get these, and this was kind of like coloring books to them. And they would, these prints. And they would sit there and color them. I believe that. I don't know. Some of these don't look like that, but ones like these look like they've been painted. I can't bring this up. Well, I guess I can, can't I? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to bring it closer so you can see a little bit closer. That's a huge one. This is my hand. That's how big it is. There you go. And these are real tiny. This is the little original ones from 18th century. And then there's this one. Oh, hit my fan. I have a fan over here that when it's hot in here, when it used to be hot in here. I haven't had to turn it on since they fixed the AC. So this is the other side. Just a big picture. And I'm guessing this was probably a picture. I don't think it was painted by them. I think they had it. No, I see marks. I see strokes. So this could have been painted after all. And then glued into here from the canvas. But canvas, no, that's not canvas, y'all. That is actually paper. It's a paper. Yeah, so, no. I don't know if this is painted or not for sure. It looks like it is. There's parts like a negative to it, and that's how you'll know when something's actually painted, because you can see the separation of this color from this color. That's how you know. I just think that's really cool. Very speckledy for their backgrounds. I think that's so cool. I'm not sure about that, but these are it's 18th century. No matter what, it's still 18th century. But yeah. Look, see, there's the paint. That's what I was talking about. They painted things. And this, you can see, it actually is a little raised. I don't want to touch it too much, but yeah. I'm going to get a little close to it. Look at that. It's even got the name on the ship. But I'm going to turn it sideways so you can see what I mean. You see how it's got raised areas? I think this one was a paint, where they painted it. That's what I meant by they would paint these. They would come to them probably black and white because they didn't really have pigment and ink yet. They just had black and white inks. I don't know about in the 18th century, but I know further back it was just, you know, black and white inks. Look at that. That is actually cool as can be. They made that into a second piece. It's like they made it into a ship thing and folded it over because it's raised right there. That is raised from there to there. Like it's been folded over. Same over here too. And it has been painted. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh, so pretty. And then there was their old cards that they would send. I know I shouldn't be touching them because it's just going to chip off stuff, but you can't help it. You really, really can't. But you can see there's paint on here that's been smudged. A daub of it landed right there. I'd like to chip that off because I don't want it to be messed up. But I also think as an artist myself that paints, that is like somebody that was an oopsie somebody did a long time ago. That's what that one looks like. Sorry I have to go at an angle. My thing is right there. Flip it over, and then we have this huge one. And it says, admirable for Mrs. and boys' school shoes. And then we have pictures of horses and dogs, a lion. And now I don't feel so bad about my one picture of my lion that I did. I should show that to y'all one day. This one actually looks like it's been painted, though, because it's crackled. And the paper ones won't crackle like that. Let me get closer so you can see what I'm talking about. You see the crackling right there? Right in there. See that crackling going on? But look at that lion. I thought mine was bad. I'll be right back. Okay, like I said, I can start it and stop it. Now, over here is the cheetah, which is really cool. Actually, I'm not sure if that's a cheetah or if that is a leopard. Could be a cheetah, though. More likely it's what it is. And then we have a little collie breed, I guess. I call them collies because it has long hair. But it's a type of dog. And these are actual papers that was actually cut out. Get close enough, maybe you can see the cut. See how it's been cut? Now that's what you call fussy cutting, y'all. Now let's, oh, it goes this way. And then we have the grapes and, what do you call it? The fruits and vegetables. It's been turned by accident, I guess. But yeah, isn't that cool? As a person that loves to paint and draw and do those kind of things, I look at it and I'm thinking to myself, that is too cool. I mean, this isn't painted. Like, I don't know. It could have been. But I doubt it. These are actually the way they came. Because I don't see anything raised about them. I don't see any brush strokes or anything. Oh, and it's upside down. So when they did it like this, and it broke out of the book. And so when they put this in, they accidentally forgot to look on the other side to see which way was up. There's the bigger ones again, where they fussy cutted. You can tell they fussy cutted that because they did it to flatten areas. And you gotta remember, they didn't have scissors like these. They didn't have scissors like, oh, hang on. They didn't have scissors like these either. They didn't have these kind of scissors back then. So they used big scissors. I'll show you here. That sounded funny. Sounds like my thing is going, woo! When I close it. I'm just going to grab one of mine. It's a pair that I found in an old house. This is the kind of scissors they had. It was big, bulky. I actually have a pair that's bigger. They were my mom's. It's over there. They're like huge. But these are heavy, made out of cast iron. This is the kind of scissors they had back in those days. They actually had better ones. I call them better. Bigger. Hang on, I gotta get this one off so I can show y'all this one. Like I said, this is the bigger pair. I have another pair that were my mom's as well. That's big like this one. But this one I got from someone's trash, believe it or not, because I used to trash dig. And this one right here is a pair that was my mom's. I have a holder for scissors that hangs on a wall. Somebody painted themselves and I just loved it at the resale store. And I put my scissors in it. Anyways, that's what these are. These are cutouts that have been cut out. As you can see, with our fussy cutting, you should see the flaws in that. Like the mess up right there where they tried to get it, well, no, right there, right here, where they tried to get it, like, to make it look like the edging of the flower, like that right there. You can see the blue in the background. That was blue probably all around this, like these were, like, you know, like this. And they fussy cut these. That's how they get these, is they would fussy cut the art pieces. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, but that's how they got these ephemeras. They're ephemera back then, you know, where ours is, you know, easier to get and stuff. There's a piece of paper that's stuck to it. No. Oh, that sounds awful. I'm not going to do that. So there's that one. Continuing on. And there's this one. Like I said, like they would fussy cut around all this and get rid of the blue background just to have the flowers. See? Just to get just the flowers, they would fussy cut around these and get just the flower. Or just the bird. Like with the dogs and the cheetahs and stuff, they were inside the print, you know. They would just fussy cut them out. I'm sure if we looked really hard, like this dog's tail was probably already missing, you know. But yeah. And that's how they would get these things. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. I do plan on doing a scan of these so that if you want to, you can get and fussy cut them out yourself, because these are actual back then. And I don't know if I've ever seen any duplicates of these on the royalty free, but look at that. How adorable. She got some chubby little cheeks. That's like my daughter and like me when I was growing up. We have what they call squirrel cheeks. But yeah. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I will do, like I said, I will do printouts for a, what do you call it? My brain just totally left me. For a digital. Now look at the back here. That was the pages, and they ripped away because they couldn't handle the turning, because this paper was not like the paper we have today. The paper we have today is almost, it's so hard sometimes to even rip it because it's got fiber in it. Look at this. I'm trying to knock off. There we go. Look at the tiny... I'm just going to bring y'all down here a little bit because it's hard for me to bring it up to you because I'm hitting everything. But look at that. Look at that little bitty tiny. Look how little. This is my thumb. There's my thumbnail. That's how little it is. And there's the flowers. They would sit there and fussy cut. Oh, that is so cool. Forget-me-not. Hope. Ever True, I think. I have to look at that one differently. Devotion. That was a heart one. It says devotion. There's a little painter. I love that one. There's a kid down here. Some more stuff. Look at that. Ain't those adorable? And then there's the picture. Isn't that cool? You flip it up. Oh my goodness. And then they made it into a cross. I think that's really cool. See, there's the horses. They would just fussy cut these horses out if they just wanted the horses. Or if they wanted the whole buggy, they'd fussy cut the whole buggy out of the pictures that they had online. Here's some pictures of a grandpa, I guess, giving candy, it looks like, to his granddaughter. And there's his grandson. Yeah, and he was probably a traveler because there's a little thing. Get close enough so y'all can see that. Isn't that cool? There's another one on this side, duplicate of this one. Only thing is that one got something on the top up there. I don't know if I'll be able to get that off. I don't want to scratch any of them because I'll mess them up. Even the little girl here is in good shape, but this one's got a little paint on her. It is what it is, you know? Here's a bird one with tomatoes. Those are cherry tomatoes. Those one looks like romaine, no. I can never say it right, but you know what kind of tomatoes those are. It's for making paste. Tomato paste. Look at that. That's a dianthus. And that one right there is, I think those are hollyhocks. These down here, oh, my mom's, one of my grandmother and my mom's favorites is hydrangeas. My grandmother could change the color of them by just putting nails in the soil. There's roses. These are just cut out squares. There's an advertisement. See? Bird. And then look, it says, think of me. Friendship's offering. Forget me not. Absent but dear. Forever mine. May you be happy. And then there's 3 other ones. I'll just, like I said, I'm going to do a digital. Look at that. I'm sure this is supposed to be an advertisement. But look at, it's depicting kids drinking. Is that not crazy? The times have changed. Very much changed. Oh, look at the pansies. How pretty. Now these right here are bigger than the ones that's on the other one, but see, the stuff's just fragile. And there's some more pansies, I think. Those might be vincas. I don't know. There's some beautiful roses. That looks like zinnias. Oh wait, did it go all the way down? Zinnias. I think those are either vincas or pansies. And I'm not sure about that one. It looks like a carnation, but carnations look a little different than that. An advertisement. And look at that big old picture. Oh. Get back so you can see. It's a big old picture. Trying to see sideways, see if there's any painting to it. Usually they sign their names though. That's what I do. We've all done that as artists. Trying to use my eyeballs, pure eyeballs, without my glasses, see if I see a signature. Because sometimes they'll put it inside of a dark spot where you can't even see it. See? Oh. That's cool. Look at the hairstyle. Oh, so cool. And then there's this one. Advertisements. From baby advertisements. Look, the birds. Shoe advertisement probably. And this one says grandmother. I don't know. I guess this one's supposed to be like paint brushes there. So I guess this was paint, like a paint palette maybe. This one's really cool looking. It's actually embossed a little bit. And it looks like it has, I want to say metal. It's got like a gold leafing kind of like embellishing kind of thing. But you can see it's real gold or something. It's a real metal. Reason why I say that is because this tarnished right here. You can see the tarnishing going on. But you can still see the metal here. I'm going to get close enough so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not joking. This is actual, you can see the metal in it. See it's how it's tarnished? Right there. And then you see a little bit of the gold, but turning green. I don't know if it's gold. It could be a different color that makes it have that flecking. Like it could be, what's it called? Myrmite or whatever it was called back then. Maybe they used that in their paints. I don't know. I know one thing. If you ever hold anything that's paint and it's green, don't touch it. It's actual a poison. It's poisonous. Like this is an ink. I don't know if that was has that in it, but yeah. Because that was how they got that green color. I watched so many documentaries. There's another calling card. Just says, best wishes for the new year. It has some beautiful flowers on it. Those are pansies. Those look like, I get, those are not pansies. I don't know what those are. They look like vincas. Or like a, but it is. Yeah, it could be. Petunias. That's probably what that is, petunias. Because there's a pinwheel right there. Anyways, there's pansies right there. And there's hunting, a guy that's fixing to go hunting. Then we have, what do you call them? Another advertisement for berries. The Hansels from Life. Oh, okay. So this isn't an advertisement. This is a calling card. A huge calling card. So I guess that one's a calling card too. Maybe they're all big ones or big calling cards. Look at those roses, y'all. Pansies. So pretty. Yeah, very pretty. Actually, it's fruit this way, so it needs to go this way. There we go. I'll figure out these pages one way or another. See, that's too flat. Yeah, I think that's the way they go. Like that. Because they broke loose. Okie dokie. So, we have more floral ones on here. Like, there is daisies or sunflowers. Could be sunflowers. Here's some more. It looks like sunflowers. Those are, look like straw flowers, the way straw flowers start off. They also look like dahlias before they open up. And that's some more hydrangeas. That's a, I don't know, I started to say a pansy, but because of this petal here makes me think of a pansy if you go like that. But it could be a hibiscus. That's a vinca. Not vinca, zinnia. That one is, I'm not real sure. I'm trying to look at the leaf and take that all in. I know too much about flowers, and that's why I'm talking about them. I'm sorry, y'all. That one's two pieced together. They try to add some kind of flower to this. I'm not sure what those are called. I forget. They're pointy looking. Anyways, moving on. Then, of course, the roses. My mother's favorite right there. I think, let me see something. Hang on a minute. I want to see. Yeah, that one's more of my sister's favorite color. She likes in between. She likes kind of those two mixed together. She likes the salmon. My sister did. I'm a double delight. I love maroon and pink flowers too. But I love double delight. These are also calling cards, I guess, or advertisements. This is glued onto those right there. Just touching those. These have been added. So more likely they fussy cutted these pieces out of the advertisement in the book. Because their advertisements weren't like ours. You got to remember that. Theirs was more fragile, not fragile, but like cardstocky. Like their magazines, their, let me see if I can find something. Let's see, what do I have? Nope, here we go. I printed these out on cardstock, so here you go. This is a vintage print that I found online, and I just chunked it up and put it onto paper. But anyways, it's just like this, having a book like this as your either a magazine or your newspaper. This is how they came back then, was cardstocky. It was real stiff like this, okay? So that's basically what these were, as you can see. Like this right here, see how stiff that is? This is not from one of those magazines. This is from something else. Somebody shoved this in here. But this is the kind of pictures they would do, but it was on cardstock like that one. This was just shoved in here. Not by me. This is by somebody else. I'm trying to see if there's a date on this anywhere. But there's not. It says made in the USA by the Wall Company. Chicago, Canadian factory, the Wall Company, something, or Toronto. It says far and away the most satisfactory writing tool. So this is like an advertisement, and on this side was the picture. So pretty. I don't know how old that piece is though. It don't belong in here, but I got it with this, so it's going to stay in here. But that's how these came, as a big picture. And it was an advertisement in a book with that is like that, made out of that kind of, like cardstock. Kind of like these things are made from. These. See, oh, I just popped that loose. But yeah. And then we have these roses, and there's, says, forget thee never. A message of love, and it has like, looks like fruit. There's a fruit, there's a fruit, there's a fruit, and I think that's another kind of fruit right back there. Little kid. This one says, to one I admire. So this is like a little cutesy thing that they would add in letters probably. This one actually has some embossing on him. Those actually do too, a little bit. And then this is another advertisement, like cardstocky advertisement, 1880. That's the copyright, it says. What I don't understand is they didn't have copyright until 1922, or no, 1922 is the cutoff, I think, for us to use and be able to turn around and sell it. But I guess they've always had a, no? I don't know, but it says copyright. Copyright H. Hallett and Company, 1880. Don't know. But these are the kinds of things they would fussy cut. They would get these advertisement probably in the mail like we do, or junk mail, and they would fussy cut these things out, and then they would use them in their everyday things. Okay. And now we got this one, which is real pretty too. Look at that, how pretty. So beautiful, the colors. The colors back then were more vibrant than what we have now. Today, they're more rich. But then again, I talk different than other artists. They might call it rich, where today it's more warm, you know, or whatever. But yeah. See that, how that looks? I bet you they fussy cutted that one, and they would have fussy cutted this one. Look how bright that is on the inside, like it's fluorescing, like there's a light inside of them. That is just so cool how bright the pigments was that they used. Oh, Lord. I'm gonna hush. I know I'm talking too artsy. Being too artsy talking. Not everybody likes hearing that. It says, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 5:3. Isn't that cool? 1883 it says right there. It was an advertisement for something, I guess. It says, 1 foot up, the other foot down. That's the way to London town. My son, give me thine heart. Proverbs. See, I mean, that's really cool that they actually had these little things that are so cool. Look how little those are. I mean, your nail isn't even that big. And those are fussy cutted. I better hurry because it's getting low on my time. We're almost there. Making sure that ain't two. There's another page. And that one's actually embossed as well with some gold leafing. Actually, it's coppery more than gold. And it says, look up, though gloomy seems today, tomorrow. The way they did it is like they're singing it. So I'm not going to sit there and sing that, sorry. There's another pansy. It says compliments of, and they cut off the bottom where it says from, you know. Because you can tell there's no border down here, so. I don't know what company that was unless I used something to pull that off of this. And this one says Torrance Seltzer Apparent, something like that. And look, you can see the back on that one. I'm trying to get that off. Get off. So you can see some of that one back here that I'm going to show you. Look, my fingers are getting dirty from this. Be glad you don't have to touch it. Because they had diseases we didn't have today no more, you know? But anyways, yeah. Like that can have been fussy cutted. They could have fussy cutted things. He's working in the soil trying to get weeds up, looks like. Yeah, very old picture. Oh, look at the cows. Oh my gosh, I love that one. See how bright it's getting? Oh, I hate when it does that. Hopefully I can get close enough. There you go. Beautiful art pieces. Oh, that art was so rich. It's so beautiful. They even wrote on them names. Like, that's Nash. I can't really read that one. It starts with an L. I thought that was really cute. Just really cool pictures. Oh, it goes this way. And then this big, huge little girl here. Wow, that's huge. Man, her head is huge. Why would they do... They drew back then and painted weird, but that was okay. But yeah, isn't that pretty? So pretty. And you can see the gold leafing to it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you see it? A little bit of gold leafing going on. Not on this one, just on this one. And this one has it in here and on the outsides. And that's the only two that have it. And then we have, oh, look at those. I definitely want to use those for my journal that I'm going to do. It's going to be a gardening journal one day. One day, I don't know when. If you'd like me to do a gardening journal, give me a thumbs up. This one was an advertisement because you can see a letter right there and they cut it off. There's that one. Or this is the last page, y'all. What is that? I don't know. Came off of something. Yeah, there's this one. Oh, look at the black pansy. I didn't know they had black pansies back then. I thought that was like a hybrid that somebody created nowadays, you know, mixing and matching. These are little bitty ones. That's a little bitty one. That's a big square one here, corner one. They actually glued this one onto these. Actually, these two are separate. This is a corner, goes up to here. And then there's this one that's, this piece here is glued onto. And this is, oh, I love that. It's a gardening one. There's a, like a wheelbarrow, handmade wheelbarrow made out of wood. And you can see your carrots down here. This flower bunch has been pasted onto it. And then we have roses here, and there's some kind of flower right here. And then these are glued to this. This one is, and this one is. And it looks like they fussy cutted these flowers right here away from the paper that it was on, that this piece was on, and glued it on the back part back there. Oh, wow. Now these are not, these are like tattoos. They were before their time, y'all. I didn't know they made tattooy like looking ephemeras. Look, it's flat. There's no raisedness, no nothing. It's actually shiny like a tattoo. These are old. Look at that. And you could tell they were wet. See how it's changed the color of them around them? These were wet. Trying to get it to focus. Come on. Come on. Isn't that cool? Yeah. That's that. And you can tell that it was wet. Look. it rubbed off on this side. And that is a scrapbook, y'all. That is a vintage. This is when I know for a fact that they started scrapbooking, was definitely on Christmas in 1883. That's when Cousin Millie, that's her name. Cousin Molly. Cousin Molly. Maddie Hayes patent from Cousin Molly. And she gave this, I guess, to her in 1883. She could have been doing this for like a year before that for anyone.